Hello Oracle Database Geeks, this is Justin, and in this Oracle Database video YouTube tutorial, I am going to show you how to convert a database whose storage is currently managed by ASM back to regular files, back to regular cooked file systems. Now, there's another video out on YouTube I have which shows you how to convert databases in the opposite direction, vice versa. Okay, so databases which are running off whose storage is being managed by cooked file systems like NTFS on Windows, for instance, and how to convert them to ASM. This video shows you how to do the opposite, how to convert a database whose storage is currently using ASM back to cooked file systems, such as NTFS and Windows. Now, what is ASM? Well, ASM stands for Automatic Storage Management, and it was introduced in Oracle Database version 10G. And it is Oracle's LVM, which is a Logical Volume Manager. Okay? So, let's go ahead and let's talk about our environment. On this Microsoft Windows Vista machine, we have Oracle Database 11G running. We have two instances. We have a plus capital ASM instance, which is the Automatic Storage Management instance, which manages the storage. And we have one RDBMS instance called Finance 2, F-I-N-A-N-C-E, the number 2. So we have two instances on the same system, plus ASM and Finance 2, which is the RDBMS instance. So let's go ahead and let's log on to our Finance 2 instance, and let's take a look around for a sec. So we set our Oracle SID to Finance 2. We ensure we're set properly. Okay, Finance 2. And we connect via the SQL Plus program. We do a show user to ensure we're connected with a sysdba user, which we are. And we type in select name from the $ database to ensure we're connected to the correct database, Finance 2. Okay, so now let's take a look at the data files which make up this Oracle database. Select name from the $data file, and we see that all these files belong to the plus D group, disk group, which means that they're managed by ASM. So all the data files are currently managed by ASM. Select name from the $control file. We see that the control file is in the plus D group disk group, so the control file is managed by ASM. Select member from the $log file. We see that we have 3 log groups, 1, 2, and 3, each with 1 member each, and all of them are in the plus D group 1 disk group, so they're managed by ASM. And we see that our temporary tablespace temp file is in the D group, a plus D group 1 disk group, so that's managed by ASM. So we see that for our Finance 2 database, the data files, control files, redo log files, and our temp file are all managed by ASM. Okay, so let's go ahead, and first thing is first, we need to get the data file numbers of these data files. Okay, this is just an easy way of doing this. Okay, what I'm about to show you. Every data file in an Oracle database has a unique integer, a number defined to it. Okay, so we type in select name, comma, file, pound, file number from the $data file. We will see all of our data files, system, sysaux, and undo, each with their unique identifiers, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so with that knowledge, let's go ahead and let's shut down our Oracle database gracefully with a shutdown immediate. Okay, go ahead and start up our database back to into the mount state. So we're going to start up an Oracle database, but we're going to use the mount clause of the startup command, which tells Oracle to stop at the mount stage. So mount the control file and then stop. Now remember, system is data file 1, sysaux is data file 2, and undo is data file 3. One more time. System is data file 1, sysaux is data file 2, and undo is data file 3. Okay, so we shut down our database gracefully, and now we started it back up and stopped it in the mount stage. So now, go ahead and type in the following. Copy, log into RMAN. Okay, so we do RMAN. We're not connecting to an RMAN recovery catalog. Okay, we're using Recovery Manager, target / which means it's going to use the value to Oracle underscore SID, which we set earlier to Finance 2. So this RMAN client program is going to connect to the Finance 2 Oracle server database. Okay, so connected to target database Finance 2, not open, so means that we're just mounted. So let's go ahead and type in the following. Copy data file 1. Remember, data file 1 is the system tablespace system 1. Okay, so copy data file 1 to C:/database or data finance 2 system 01.dbf. Okay, now this directory path already exists, C:/database / or data / finance 2. Okay, so this is going to copy anything that's belonging to the data file 1 into this file. And we shut down the database because we want everything to be consistent. So always, when you do migrations such as these, always ensure, that you do it during off-peak hours or schedule an outage, or just so you have a consistent database. There's ways around that. Databases, Oracle is designed to be a mission critical, 365, what we call it, 366, 825, right? So year plus 1, days a week plus 1, and months plus 1, right? It's going to be a database, the baker's dozen, right? So it's always going to be up and running. Okay, so Oracle's designed to do that. But I always tell customers, if you can afford the outage and you can do it, go for it. Don't take advantage, I don't want to say never, but as a rule of thumb, don't take advantage of any product's hot swap capability, like in hardware, for hot swapping PCI cards out of a server, or any of the Oracle's dynamic configuration things, unless you really, really have to. Okay, they're there in the event that a system needs to be up 366, 8 days a week, 13 months out of the year. Okay, so they need to be up plus 1. They need to be up all the time. Okay, so but if you can do the outage and it allows you, your environment allows you to take an outage for that database, by all means do it. Okay, so the system tablespace has been copied to database or data finance 2 system 01.dbf. Now we're going to issue the same command again, but we're going to change it to sysaux 01.dbf in the finance 2 directory, and we're going to change copy data file 1 to copy data file 2, because remember from up here, data file 2 is the sysaux data file. Oops. Okay, so this is now going to copy the sysaux data file from the plus D group 1 ASM disk group to the file sysaux 01.dbf, which is in C:/database / or data / finance 2. Now, migrating from ASM to cooked file systems is not a procedure you'll have to do often, okay? But it's always good to know how to do it and to have notes on standby just in case. And I'll pause the video until this is done. Alright, so our sysaux data file is now copied. Now we're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be for the undo table space, undo tbs 01.dbf, and we're going to change this to 3. So we're going to say copy data file 3 to C:/database / or data / finance 2 / undo tbs 01.dbf. And we see, remember from up here, that our undo table space is data file number 3. Okay, so we hit enter there, and we'll see that Oracle's going to copy the undo table space stuff data from disk group, from D group 1 disk group in ASM to the file undo tbs 01.dbf, which resides in C:/database / or data database/finance2. And I'll pause the video while that occurs. Okay, so all of our RMAN copies are done. So if we get out of RMAN and we go to the path of our database, cd to c:/database/oradata/finance2, like so, cd, there it is, c:/database/oradata/finance2, we will see that we have the sysaux system and undo DBF files, uncooked file systems now, even though we didn't have them before. Okay, so we just converted from ASM to files converted from ASM to files from a data file perspective. Okay, so now what you want to do, now remember we're still in the mount mode. You want to connect to Finance2 via the SQL Plus program. Remember our Oracle SID still set to Finance2. Select name from $database Finance2. And we need to rename these files. Just because we copied their contents doesn't mean that Oracle is going to start up and look at. We need to tell the Oracle data dictionary, and we need to tell the control file, because the control file is what tells the Oracle data dictionary when it opens where the data files are. So we need to tell the control file, so the control file can tell the data dictionary where these data files now reside. And we do that because the control file still and the data dictionary still think that the data files are in ASM. We have to tell them that that's not the case anymore. So we type in, so we rename the files. Alter. Well, first we do select name from $data file to get the names of the files, and we say alter database rename file. Okay, and a little lazy man trick here, or productive man trick, whatever you want to, efficient man trick, whatever you want to call it, to c:/database/oradata/finance2/system01.dbf. So we're saying alter database rename file, the source, which is in ASM, to our target, which is in c:/database/oradata/finance2/system01.dbf. Okay. Now we're going to alter database rename file, and we're going to be efficient here and grab our second file, our sysaux file name, long ASM file name, to c:/database/oradata/finance2/sysaux01.dbf, because that's what we copied it to. So we're telling the control file, which will in turn tell the dictionary on the next open operation, hey, the data file is now located here. Now we're going to do alter database rename file, and we're going to take the long ASM name of our, oops, that's embarrassing, huh? Oh, I'm still in select mode, good. Okay, of undo, like so, copy, paste, there's our source, to c:/database/oradata/finance2 undo tbs01.dbf, like so. Okay, so now all of our data files have been renamed, and if we do select name from $data file, selecting from $data file, we will see that the data dictionary now, via the control file, now points to these data files that we copied to. Okay, so now let's see what else we need to change here to get out of ASM. Select name from $control file. Okay, we see the control file is still under the control of ASM because of plus D group 1. Okay, so we need to change that. So let's go ahead and shut down the database gracefully with a shutdown immediate. Okay, so the control file is still under it's still in ASM. We need to change that. All right, and if you do show parameter as P file, oops, sorry. Start with no mount. Okay, so we do show parameter SP file. We will see that we're using an SP file. So what I like to do is the following: create P file from SP file. It makes editing parameters a little easier. Certain parameters. So create P file from SP file, like so. Now we go to the Oracle home, which is the location where our Oracle database software is installed. Which in this case is c:/oracle/app/product/1110/db_1, and then we go to a subdirectory called database under our Oracle home. Okay, and we edit the file called initfinance2.ora, the file we just created doing the create P file from SP file command. Okay, and we see the control file string here is still pointing to the ASM control file plus D group 1. Okay, we need to change this to c:/database/oradata/finance2/control01.ctl. Again, control file's parameter needs to be changed to c:/database/oradata/finance2/control01.ctl. Okay, and we do a type init finance2.ora to ensure our change took, which it did. Now we log in SQL Plus, and we say create SP file from P file to basically save our changes. Oops. We can abort. Nothing's open. So we say create SP file from P file. Done. Okay, now we do startup no mount. Okay. Alright, now we log back into RMAN and we type in the following: restore control file from, and we say the whole, I should have saved that. We say the whole name. We point to the whole name of our control file, which I'll have to get. Let me pause the video. Alright, I paused the video and I found out what the control file name was. Okay, this is the ASM control file name. Okay, plus D group 1/finance2/control file/current, and then its number. Okay, so now we type in this command. And since we changed the P file control_files parameter to point to the control file on the cooked file system, it will restore the contents of the control file from ASM to that file that we specified. Okay, so after we do that, we do alter database mount, because we can mount that control file now since it has the contents of what was in ASM. Okay. Alright, so now we go ahead and we do alter database open as well. Okay. And we log in with SQL Plus. Now we'll do a select name from the $control file, and we will see our control file is now on a file. Select name from the data file, and so is our data files. Now let's check out our online redo log files. They're still managed by the online redo log files are still managed by plus D group 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's type in alter database drop log file group 1. So we dropped the first log file group. Now we type in alter database add log file group 1 c:/database/oradata/finance2/redo01.log size 10 meg. Oops. See, semicolon doesn't exist, but C colon does. Okay, so now we converted the group 1 member from ASM to file system. So now we're going to do the same thing for number 2. Okay, so we do alter database drop log file group 2, like so. Okay, and it's the current, so select group pound status from $log. When something is a current, like 2, you need to do two things when a log's a current. You need to alter system archive log current, like so, and you need to do an alter system checkpoint. Now we do select this as inactive. So now we can drop log file 2 without problem. Okay, so, and now we change redo 01 to redo 02, and we change group 1 to group 2, like so. Okay, but now we see that 3 is unused, so we can drop 3 no problem. So alter database drop log file group 3, and we do an alter database add log file, but we changed redo 02 to redo 03, and we do an alter database add log file group 3 and give it the file name.